Welcome back to Battle Chasers. As per usual, I've done the leveling up, getting past the hardest dungeons, and now we're going back to Deadwatch with the Deadheart to see if we can continue. I have switched in Monica and Nolan just because I'd noticed that unlike certain other games, they don't level with your characters, so they're falling behind. So I might switch them out again, but we'll see. We will see. Let's go back to Alamun, I think it is. What was that? That was the power of the Deadheart. Where are we? Why did everything change? We are in the same world, but another realm. Those altars allow you to shift between the realms of living and the dead. They coexist side by side, unbeknownst to most. Things are different in each realm. Things that exist in one realm may not be in another. What a strange world this is. Let's head through the gate. Every moment we delay, Destra gets stronger. Mst, this is correct. I'm picking up strong magical energies to the far west. Alamun is waiting for us there. As per usual, we'll have Garrison take the lead in this spooky world of the dead. Nice of Alamun to wait for us, you know. No, just go on ahead, mate. Trying to be a tough guy. The way is sealed. So far, no enemies. The way is not sealed. Let's just fully explore our surroundings. Always worthwhile. Phantom jacket and pyromancer's robes, guys. Do you want these? Yes. Pyromancer's jacket? No. If I remember correctly, Nolan has quite a decent healing selection. I don't know, on first glance, he might be preferable to Calibretto, but did we go up here? Yes, that's where we came from. So we'll see, we'll play around. Hey, you know, this game does have massive penalties for dying. If we mess up, we mess up. You live and you learn. Let's go back to the normal world.
Destra, how long must my army stay dead? Raise them, or join them?
Ancient One, we've had visitors to the island. They will be dealt with.
Good. You are coming. But your failure will be met with blame.
I will not fail you, Great One. A spectacular force shall rise for you at Deadwatch.
Virus' soldiers will pay for their master's treachery. My slaves for all time.
And Bargus shall lead them, my lord.
The Defiler. Do as you say then, and kill the intruders.
Of course, my lord. You will most certainly be pleased.
I think they're the bad guys. I don't know, I just got a hunch. I'm sure they'll all lose to us eventually. Our amazing team. So we've got a number of different places we can go to. Well, not go to, but let's go and grab that treasure chest. Treading off the beaten path. New spider enemies. And an undead. Yeah, I might have to switch these guys out because we're facing level 17 enemies and they're like 13 and 11. Just gonna have to find a decent way of leveling these guys up off camera. Grindy, grindy, grindy. Otherwise these battles will take forever. Poor Nolan's not going to be able to take much of that. Whoa, okay. Even Garrison couldn't take the... We have some sort of healing, don't we? Don't we? Yeah, you see, that's really good heal. Okay, how do we switch our team out? Pressing all the buttons. Not doing anything. Okay, I think it might be at the tavern or when you go into a dungeon, so... Seems a bit weird that you can't switch them out in the overworld as well, but I guess that's just the way it is. Okay, we'll just quickly run back to harm's way. Only take a few seconds, and I'm afraid, guys, you're too weak for this next area. It's my fault.
Hungry? A drink, friend?
Let's just rest a bit. Garrison needs the health. Right. Okay. Just ignore that slight failed attempt. Good thing we didn't fight any enemies in that exploration area, otherwise that could have been trouble. Okay. Good to go. You guys are in trouble now. I've got my A team. You dead spider meat. I'm pretty sure you get Alamon as a party member, so it kind of makes sense to maybe leave the grinding of the other two characters until we have him. Otherwise, if we were to say have Garrison along with Monica and Nolan, then although those two would level up, Garrison would become over-leveled in comparison to the other characters. So best just to have 3 and 3 until we're all at the same level. I think I want to explore a little bit more before I go. There's definitely a chest over there. Activate the wee blink station. Yeah, see? The special area over there. Yeah, you're a small spider. I can't remember, it's been a while since I last played this, but did I mention that I'd actually gone and read the comics? So I now have a better idea of what the whole backstory of characters are. When I said before about how it seemed weird that Gully would be the tank, taking all the damage and stuff, it actually makes perfect sense in the context of the story. It's because of the surprise, because of the gauntlet she has. So a shame that comic didn't actually get finished, but who knows, maybe one day. Gully, need to heal you, girl. Myself. Probably actually using some better attacks on these guys than just the bog standard attack, but yeah, we've almost done it. This place is all about the tomb of Caldeus. Or Caldeus. The cauldron. Yeah, it's still raining. In stark contrast to how the weather currently is at the time of recording. Heat wave, summer, July weather. Rattlebone Marauder. They weren't so tough. You come across an altar of storms, but it does not appear to be functional. You notice that its signal of lightning, which powers it, is depleted. You will take it and charge it up somewhere, no doubt. Overkill. My glowy sword. Into the warmth and the dryness of this underground tomb or dungeon. Even as a little boy, many people spoke of the dark streak or coldness that Lord Caldeus had. There was an incident where Caldeus was around 6 years of age. He was playing in the garden fountain and nearly drowned his cousin. They found Caldeus standing on the poor boy's neck while his head was underwater. Lady Adriana then devoted all her time and attention caring for the boy, thinking he needed more love. With his mother's redoubled effort, he did change. He was softer, more cordial, and played better with other children. It should be noted that even though he was more civil, it felt forced and unnatural. There was something strange about it no one could put their finger on. Children attended his parties and birthdays, not out of their own desire, but because of the social perks their parents gained from the attending. Around his 15th year, Lady Adriana, his only guardian, was slain in her sleep. In the hours of chaos that ensued, Lord Caldeus escaped his manor. Lord Galvans usurped her position and put out a bounty on Caldeus, but he was never found. There were reports in the countryside of petty theft and break-ins, minor things missing, food, supplies. People entered their cabins and got the eerie feeling someone else had been there. In the next few years the reports got more violent. Livestock went missing, their corpses found strangled in the woods. Merchants and travellers disappeared as well. Who is this Caldeus? Or Caldeus? I'm going with Caldeus. I've stuck to it now. Anything we can use? Attack power down, everything else up. Attack power is down quite considerably. For the time being, I think it'll stick. What was the other thing? I think it was a Nolan top. Oh no, maybe it was first. Well, kind of do need her defense more than anything else. Being the tank, Garrison takes care of the smashing around. The Southern Wilds knew peace for several years. Though the change of power was suspicious, the new rulers sought to establish in a prosperous and calm land. In late fall, one sullen and overcast evening, Caldeus assaulted his former manor. He made it all the way to Lord Calvin's bedroom chambers, where he was asleep, through an open window, and steadied his pistol on him. Lord Galvin, thinking he was dealing with a terrified and immature boy with dreams of revenge, assured Caldeus he was making a mistake, and that if he lowered his weapon, this would all be forgotten and he would be given a fair stake of land and a noble title, as was his birthright. Caldeus didn't believe him. His power securely reclaimed, Lord Caldeus sought revenge on those that conspired against his late mother and father, for the safety of his manor, he claimed. On back roads there were sporadic reports of a sole woman riding horseback, dressed in black in the area around his manor. Sightings became less frequent until finally ceasing for several years. No one had any hard evidence equating the two, but it was around this time Caldeus began his purges. Several chapters are torn and missing. The next legible passage was handwritten on the side of illegible passages that reads, "Death ritual to truly die." Okay. This shrine appears to be dedicated to Dread Lord Caldeus. An inscription reads, "What can one offer the Lord of Nothing?" Well, we don't have his skull, so I guess we offer you nothing for the time being, Dead Lord Caldeus. Well, that was a brief diversion. No doubt we shall return once we have Caldia's skull. Okay. Enough messing around. Time to go to where we need to go.
I was certain I'd never see you again.
Is that surprise or disappointment I'm picking up here?
Relief. Destra's here. In Deadwatch. The foul stench of her sorcery is unmistakable.
Before we go another step, you're gonna tell us exactly what you know.
To the extent that I can, I will. Destra was an agent in Varys' army. One of his closest generals. One of his most powerful.
Varys? The mage turned vampire lord?
Yes.
Haven't heard that name in some time. Quite the monster, that one. But his reign ended years ago. Just up and vanished one day.
Vanished? No. The threat of Varys is still very real. We believe he's simply hiding. My order has hunted Varys and his kind for generations. My grandfather first slew Varys, as did my father before me. So you see, it's become a bit of a family tradition.
Then Varys is immortal.
Precisely. Or he was. From all I have learned, it's clear his powers have waned. If I'm right, we may be able to destroy Varys for good.
And you think Destra knows where he is?
Yes, but her army grows with every moment we waste. We must hurry.
Then let's go. She's got a lot to answer for.
Alamund looks distracted, his mind elsewhere. Ask your questions if you must. I cannot wait here much longer. Who are you? I suppose a better question is, what are you doing here? I'm a member, more or less, of the Order. It is our duty to keep vigil over dark threats that pervade the world. Destra is one of those threats. She was a close servant of Varys, who once ruled the island and many lands beyond. His defeat led to her fall, but she has recently resurfaced. I've been tracking her for the last few months. She is nearby. I can feel it. What does Destra want? I'm not exactly sure. She has been collecting artifacts around the island for an unknown purpose. You've seen the power of such an artifact in the Iron Outpost, the Blade Fiend. It's possible she's using the artifacts as a conduit for necromancy. If that's the case, we cannot rest until she has been stopped. Or, at the very least, the artifacts she seeks have been captured or destroyed. Either way, one man alone cannot defeat her. That's where you come in. Find the Deadheart. What does the Deadheart do? The Deadheart is a powerful artifact indeed. It is difficult to explain the effect without seeing it in action. In short, it allows the wielder to travel to other planes of existence. The travel happens at connection points where the realms are closest, at altars like the one nearby. Destra has been using them to allow those loyal to her to pass through this gate. Clearly there is something important on the other side. That is why I must go. Retrieve the Deadheart. I will be near Deadwatch, tracking her next move. Did we already go through this conversation before? Maybe I already have. And our final character has joined. And he is level 17. So sorry you two, you're the slacky ones. But we'll stick with this team for the time being. Is there... Oh, let's explore this before we go to the next dungeon. Yeah, it's been about a week, maybe over a week since I last played this, so maybe I've already gone through that conversation with Alamund. Maybe not. You're getting old after a while, you start to forget little things, like, I guess maybe it's not so much, I mean, like, other things happen, like, I'm playing this game, and then in the meantime, we've also played a bit of Soma, and the World Cup's been going on, and We had the final few episodes recently of Westworld Season 2, and I've been playing Tales of Berseria, and suddenly you're like, what was I doing in this game? The Red Grave. The Grave Warden watches these sacred grounds. Buried within are the corrupt who sought to destroy the peace Lord Caldius brought to these lands. As was then, so is now, a figure of eternal service. Keep the wicked bound and punished for the great Lord Caldius. The Red Grave, named for the blood spilled to the devoted, reminds us of their sacrifice. Grave Warden, protect us. Jared. Here lies Tom Townsend. Actually, he's real photogenic, though you couldn't tell by looking at him now. Dig up the grave. You find nothing. Here lies Phil Holland. He said he could outdrink a fish. He was wrong. You dig up a skeleton. Well, I know it's a bit of a crappy place to end the episode in the middle of this dungeon with this massive thing walking about, but unfortunately I have to be off somewhere, so I cannot stay and continue. For now, we must leave it here in this pouring, pissing rain of a graveyard. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode of Battle Chasers. Until then, take care.